Slow Lake trailhead. And heading up. Heading up Hawk Creek right at the beginning through the old burn. And there's so much chainsaw work. So many trees fall down through here, but they keep it clean. Easy ascending. Single path, only one tree down. About halfway up. Quite dry through here. 2 tiny little creeks so far. Unnamed drainage. First big one on the left on our way up. About halfway now to Ball Pass. Just below Ball Pass, through the trees. Ball Pass, 9 kilometers exactly, 870 meters, 2 hours, 40 minutes, with 3 stops for Crux so she can cool down. Not good views from the pass here. Just down a bit from the pass. Isabel Peak, and that would be one side of Ball, not the main summit. Shadow Lake, way down in the middle, tiny. We're at our E21 Ball Pass campground. Nothing special about this place. Route to Whistling Pass. Going through the trees there. Just left RE21 and Shadow Lake Campground. It's way down there. And that little brown peak in the middle is Little Copper. Did that last year. Shadow Lake. Mount Ball. Chilly morning last night. And Crux was fine. She slept in her little coat. And now we're heading down to the Red Earth Junction and go check out the boarding cabin. And we're gonna head up Pharaoh Creek. Brand new bridge with the gearbox. It was about 200 meters long. Quite long, super new. All the shavings are still here. Just past Red Earth Creek, boarding cabin. RE16, just pads in a field. First look at Pharaoh Peaks, right there. And we're going up that Pharaoh Peak tomorrow, and the Sphinx we are going up today. Straight from the campground. Talc Lake Trail, hard to find because it's all swampy and so many camp tent pads. We bushwhacked a little bit and then just intersected this. Super hard to find the beginning. Good trail up so far. And there's the Sphinx from the east face. Talc Lake. Good trail all the way up. And we're going to be going through the trees to the call. And we're going to see if we can do Sphinx. And then we're going to try and drop the other side of the call. Just following the natural break in the trees. An extremely low call. Hardly any gain to get there. Just had to go a bit slow, picking our way through it. The rock terrain gets better up here, and hopefully the other side of the pass is good. That would be the route up the Sphinx. We're gonna turn around from the Sphinx. It's quite steep and loose through here. Crux is knocking a bunch of stuff down. There's someone else here. I'd consider it more. And not really with just us. Well, the north side of the call is definitely way more tedious. Super slow going coming through this side. On our way up to Mummy Lake. It's a good trail through here. There's the Sphinx. Mummy Lake. The best view from above of Scarab Lake you're gonna get, unless you were on Pharaoh Peak. Dropping down to check it out. Lots have turned, but they're not at the peak yet. Looking down onto Egypt Lake. Tiny little pond on the northeast end of Egypt Lake. There's the Sphinx. We're at Egypt Lake. And that's the head wall the trail climbs up to get out of here in Greater Pharaoh Peak. And I just came down to get water for cooking, and at the sign here, this is the start to the Talc Lake Trail and Red Earth Pass. So it doesn't start from the campground. The OpenStreetMap shows it, which is why I was bushwhacking. This way up here leads us to Healy. Pharaoh Lake. Good trail to get up here. Black Rock Lake. Greater Pharaoh Peak in the back. So many larches. Sphinx Lake. Saving the best for last. On our way back down, trail did peter out a few hundred meters before the lake, but just followed the drainage up. Dry outlet. There's a bunch of cairns marking the way. Easy to find it. Aside from that last few hundred meters before Sphinx Lake, the trail just looked like this all the way. So easy to follow. Most of the deadfall was cut. Just a couple step overs. The ascent route for Greater Pharaoh. Up the middle, to the right. Steep, loose again, but there's a lot of anchorage. Greater Pharaoh Peak. Gap to High Duck Lake and Whistling Pass. Greater Pharaoh Peak. Greater Baby Cruxy. She's tired and she still has a long ways to go. Whistling Pass. There's the Whistling Valley at High Duck Lake. And on the way up, Crux got whistled at 3 times by her friends. Didn't see them though. Just an absolutely massive rock slide. The Whistling Valley is struggling to change color. They're a bit behind everywhere else. Cute little trail. Side trail that led to High Duck Lake. High Duck. On High Duck. Climb out of here. Gas in it. Phew. 140 meters left. Gain in the day. This little warrior is strong, but she's tired too. Hey, Crux. Coming through Ball Pass is definitely cool. So now that we have done everything on the trip, we are given this 2 ticks. It's super good. I know September can be snowy and super cold, but it was a bit too hot this trip. Low 20s, 3 days of no cloud, and just a bit of wind this last day. This little monkey's ready to go.